Good morning, coffee and big country sports. This is football time, big country football time in the brand new big book. All right, so over the last, I don't know, hour or so, I've been able to play week one and week two, or excuse me, week one and one game of week two of the 1949 season using the new football time in the big book, big country football time. Now it is 1-0 Central City at 1-0 Fort Jefferson. Both these teams are in the north. They both have aspirations to get to the championship. Fort Jefferson came up shy last year, losing two of their three games to the eventual champion, the Paradise City Gamblers. Central City started 0-4 and ended up winning three in a row. But, of course, we're fourth in the division. Central City's undergone in the offseason a big change. One, they fired their longtime head coach. They have a new rookie coach. They have a new rookie quarterback. They retained Keenum and Raines with one of the best running attacks in football. Two new receivers in Turner and Bartram. Black comes back as the tight end. A whole new defensive line. The same linebacking unit, and then an entirely new secondary. Central City poised to make a run. Their first game of the year, they whooped Paradise City 35-7 as Sullivan set a league record with 5 touchdown passes, no turnovers in that game. So 48, no one threw more than 4 TD passes. I don't count any of my play testing that I consider would have been those odds in those odd years where teams were hodgepodge scheduling. I don't count any results. So literally, Sullivan now holds the league record for the most TD passes in one game. Very cool. Fort Jefferson, on the other hand, was a contender last year. Mostly did it with their great quarterback, McGuire, who returns. Their coach, fifth-year coach, returns in O'Rourke. They really had a poor running game, and they have rebuilt that with two backs, rookie backs, Anderson and Colby. Their top receiver, Jacobson, is in jail, and this receiving core that was once solid is now poor. Their defense was solid last year. This year it is made better by the addition of, by the tweaks to the defense, focusing more on linebacker, less on DL. We are at Wellingham, W.R. Wellingham Field in Fort Jefferson. This is a good matchup. Both teams rate out in the football time engine as C versus C, so it's going to be anybody's ball game. And I thought I would explain the new kickoff or the new optional rules in this video too. So again, optional PAT rule, that's self-explanatory. After every touchdown, just roll. If there's a 1, they fail the kick. Very simple. Optional 2-point conversion is a simple 50-50 roll. 1 to 3, they fell. 4 to 6, they get the 2 points. Line up, we go for the 2-point conversion, and we fail. Last is a little more complicated and a little more strategic. You have to read the rule carefully. This is called touchdown return chance. So on any kickoff, any punt return, any interception return, and any fumble, you can attempt to return it for a touchdown, but that roll counts as your next possession, whether it is good or not. So you would literally choose that your entire next possession would fall on this. So let's say I succeed. I roll a 6. That means I pick up the fumble, return it for a touchdown. We score, kick the extra point, and that goes immediately into the very next possession. If I fail, then it's an average return or it's whatever it is, and we assume that that's a punt. We wrap it up as a punt. So you don't go on with your possession. You literally are choosing to count a touchdown return chance as your next possession. Now, why that's here? Well, there's a couple of reasons. One, for instance, an F team has nothing to lose. They on any kick, punt, interception, or fumble, they should just go ahead and try to return for a touchdown because the odds of them scoring are exactly the same. So they might as well just do that and avoid a punt or a turnover. Number one. So that's a strategy. But the big strategy is the very last possession of the half or of the game is free. So the last possession, let's say, is Denver. And Denver, again, you have to roll every possession. So let's say I roll for Denver on their final possession of the half, punt. Uh-oh. Oakland would automatically get a free possession return chance. No, we don't score. But so having that last possession of the half is nice for a comeback, but it's very dangerous if you end up turning it over on a interception, fumble, or a kick. Punt. Same in the very last play. So Oakland has the ball in the final drive of the game, final 2 minutes. Their drive ends in a punt. And Denver says, I have nothing to lose. I'm going to try to return this punt for a touchdown. And no, we don't. But the game ends right there. So that's where strategically you can steal basically a free shot at a touchdown, right? So that's how that works. So I thought I would talk about that. In this game, I'm going to use the optional rules of PAT and of touchdown return chances. I will not be using a 2-point conversion as my league does not have a 2-point conversion. So, okay, with that said, let's go ahead and have some coffee and play some Big Country Time Sports football version. And here we go. Fort Jefferson comes out with McGuire, one of the best quarterbacks in football, rookie backfield and Anderson and Colby, Penn and Ulsh at wide receiver, Lou at tight end. Doing the place-kicking duties is Carter, and the return man is Rawlings. Central City, on the flip side, has a solid defense. Mannon, Hill, and Burt are their top defensive linemen. Their three backers are Kane, Lorch, and Patterson. And their defensive backfield, all fresh faces, new to this team, are Ray, Nye, and Jones. Actually, Nye is actually a returner. Actually, Nye and Jones, one fresh face, Ray. Nye and Jones are new to the team. Okay. All right. So Fort Jefferson will not try to return a kickoff, so they're going to get their drive. And the reason I wouldn't is, number one, if I fail, it's automatically a punt. My possession's over. Fort Jefferson has a 50% chance to score if I don't. So that's why you wouldn't do it every time, because I have 50% chance they're going to score something on this drive. If I try for the kickoff return, it's only a 16% chance, which is why an F team might as well go ahead and do it, or a team at the final end of the game might as well do it, because there's no punishment for it. All right, so they're going to field the ball, return it out to their normal position, and Fort Jefferson's first drive of the game, as McGuire under center drives him down the field, sets him up for a Carter field goal. And Carter puts him on the board first, hometown fans on their feet, cheering. Again, we're going to skip the kick return for Central City, and they're going to drive down the field. Sullivan, our rookie quarterback, ends up throwing his sixth touchdown pass of the year. So it's going to be a Sullivan pass, TD, to, and again, I like to determine to who, and I count them down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6 would be the best player. 2, it's going to be the fullback, Raines. Out of the backfield, Raines catches a TD pass. And the extra point optional rule is good. PAT is good. And folks, Sullivan's thrown his 6th TD pass on the year. The rookie is well on his way to setting a league record for touchdown passes in a season as well. Fort Jefferson will skip the kick return, and they're going to end up turning it over. There's an example of hurting him, but it's just academic. Central City doesn't get any benefit from it. 3, the turnover is actually a fumble lost. So we're going to say who fumbled that for Fort Jefferson. It's going to be Colby, or Penn. Their wide receiver makes a catch and fumble. Penn with a catch and fumble lost. Costs the middle for McGuire. He makes the catch, fumbles the ball away. Now again, Central City could attempt to return this for a touchdown. We're not going to. We're going to take the drive from here. And they're going to end up punting the ball away to end the first quarter. It's going to be Fort Jefferson 3 and Central City with a 7 points thanks to a touchdown pass by the rookie quarterback Sullivan. Unbelievable. All right, so Fort Jefferson gets the ball to start the second. Again, we punted, so I could try to return it. I'm not going to. Fort Jefferson's going to take advantage of that 50% chance, and they're going to drive the ball. Oh, they're going to turn it over again. This time, though, it is an interception. So Fort McGuire, one of the best quarterbacks in football, is intercepted by, and again, I make a roll and count down through the backers to the DBs. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Ray's going to get his second interception of the year. I think he had one last game. Now, right here, I could try to return it for an interception. 16% chance. However, I'm not going to because Central City has a quarterback that is dominating, and it's going to be a punt. So he drives down, unfortunately cannot capitalize on the interception, and Central City punts the ball away. Fort Jefferson will not try to return the punt. They will drive, and again, they have to punt the ball away. And last but not least, Central City takes over as Bowles fair catches this punt. And Central City looks like they have the final drive of the game, but remember, if this ends in a turnover or a punt, Fort Jefferson gets a free roll to score a touchdown. Oh, but they're not going to give it to him as, oh my God, Sullivan throws his 7th touchdown pass of the season. With a second in this game, pass TD, Sullivan is a beast. And it's 2. Let's roll to see who gets this. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Black, the tight end, catches his first TD pass of the season. The extra point is missed, so they fell the PAT, leaving the door open for hometown Fort Jefferson to come back. But folks, it is 6-0 in that quarter. At halftime, it is 13-3, and a touchdown pass ends the half there. They don't get a free kick return shot. They only get it if it's a turnover, punt, etc. So we go into halftime. Central City on the road, leading 13-3. And the young Sullivan has thrown 2 TD passes in this game. He's already set the league record with 5 in week 1 against the defending champs. So I think Central City may have corrected their woes by firing Harry Johansson and grabbing this rookie quarterback, Sullivan. All right, here we go. Wellington Field on their feet. They're roaring as they want to put pressure on Central City's young quarterback to drive in the noise here at Fort Jefferson. And they're going to turn it over. So again, they get to him, and it's going to be an actual missed field goal. So Sullivan navigates him down the field, setting up Cecil Ward for a missed field goal chance. So the fans roar as that field goal is wide left. Fort Jefferson cannot return a field goal. That's not an option here. It's too rare. Right, here we go, Fort Jefferson. Fort Jefferson's going to drive. Fort Jefferson's going to drive 4 as a field goal. So finally, Carter gets him into field goal range. McGuire gets him into field goal range again and cuts the lead to 7 points as it is 13-6 in the game. And Central City will ignore the kick and they will go for the drive. And they're going to end up punting the ball away. Fort Jefferson will fair catch this and they'll drive. Field goal. So here we go. Carter gets him well within range of winning here in the 4th quarter. Carter, so it's going to be 6 points for Fort Jefferson in the 3rd. And Central City misses a field goal, has to punt. Folks, it is 9-13. I knew this would be a dogfight. Going into the 4th quarter, Central City on the road after the field goal. They can return the kick if they want. We're not going to do it. We're going to take advantage of this offense as a 50% chance to score. And indeed he does. He drives Ward down. This time Ward doesn't miss it. He makes it, making it 16-9. And Fort Jefferson must score a touchdown to get a PAT just to tie this ball game. Fort Jefferson will drive, and they're going to end up punting. Not good. Fort Jefferson's running out of time. Central City will fair catch this, and they'll drive. But they punt. Fort Jefferson has no choice but to play this out. They want the 50% chance. They need a 6. Now, because they need a 6, that was a punt. So because they need a 6, I could just go for the punt return touchdown because it's also the exact same odds, and that the game's over there. It would be it would basically, if I don't get it, it would end in a turnover on downs, or it would end in a punt. Or I can drive. I might still get a field goal or a touchdown, but I'll probably drive because they're going to want to try to score something. Because we don't know. Is there 3 minutes left in the game? Is there 30 seconds left in the game? If I chose to return this, because my odds of getting what I need to tie the game is a 6. I need 16.7% chance, whatever the number is. So I could do that. And that would represent that maybe there's only 10 seconds left on the clock, right? It's abstract. But we're going to drive because the field goal looks better on paper, especially when it comes down to the 3rd tiebreaker, right? Or 4th tiebreaker. Points, point differential. No, they're going to end up punting the ball anyway. And that's going to end right there as Central City on the road adds a field goal. And unfortunately, there is no more scoring after that in the 4th. That's going to be 16-9. What a game. Central City is 2-0. Fort Jefferson is 1-1. That is a big division rivalry. And that, folks, is a tutorial on how the new kick return chants can work. I only took advantage of one. That was when I would have taken advantage of one when Sullivan, when Central City's final drive of the half, if they had punted or etc., I would have taken advantage of it for Fort Jefferson. But Sullivan guided him down and threw his 7th touchdown pass on the year. Sullivan now has 7 TD passes, 0 turnovers, and this rookie quarterback may be building a legend in the Big Country Football League, 1949. And there you have it, folks. That is Coffee and Football with Jason. Thank you for watching. Good day.